The world is quietly getting more expensive, not because of dramatic oil shock, a global recession, and not because of single visible crisis, but because the cost of moving everything is rising again. Containers, ships, logistics, warehousing, air cargo, insurance, fuel, all of it. And most people have not noticed yet. Industry freight market data shows container and logistics costs across major trade lanes have jumped between 20% and 40% in just weeks and months in 2025. On some routes, even more. Carriers have rolled out general rate increases of $200 to $600 per container. None of this makes headlines, but it rewires global prices. Behind this quiet shift are three forces. First, capacity control. The global container fleet stands at roughly 28 million TEUs, but carriers are deliberately blanking sailings and slow steaming vessels. In some weeks, up to 10% of planned capacity is being pulled from the market, creating scarcity by design. Second, congestion. Waiting times at the port of Singapore recently crossed 2 to 3 days for transshipment containers. Every extra day adds demurrage, storage, and penalty fees. Third, fuel and insurance. Very low sulfur fuel oil prices have climbed above $700 per ton in recent months. War risk insurance premiums around the Red Sea and other choke points have multiplied several times over compared to early 2023. Put it together, and many manufacturers now pay around 40% more to move the same box than they did last year. That cost does not disappear. It hits exporters' margins. It raises the cost of imported components, and then it lands quietly on consumers. No banner headline, just slightly higher prices everywhere. Now here is where the story turns. The world's second largest shipping company has decided shipping alone is no longer enough. Maersk operates around 700 vessels and controls roughly 14% of global container capacity. Yet Maersk is deliberately trying to become less dependent on trips. They bought Senator International, a German air freight forwarder, for $644 million. They launched their own airline. The objective is integration. Maersk wants to control the entire journey. Factory pickup, trucking, war clearance, air or sea transport, last mile delivery. Think Apple. Apple earns more than $100 billion a year from services and ecosystem lock-in. Maersk wants its own version of that stickiness because ocean freight is a brutal commodity business. Maersk posted record profits of around $30 billion that year, more than the previous 10 years combined. By 2023, rates crashed back to around 1,500 to 2,000. Maersk's profit collapsed by over 80%. This volatility terrifies investors. Logistics looks very different. In 2024, Maersk's ocean shipping revenue was about $37 billion. Logistics and services generated around $15 billion. But logistics grew roughly 7% year on year. Ocean shipping shrank. Predictability beats speculations. That is why Maersk spent $3.6 billion acquiring LF Logistics in Hong Kong. They are buying customers, broken e-commerce software firms, and warehouse networks across Europe and North America. Meanwhile, Maersk is also attacking intermediaries. They launched Maersk Spot, instant booking, guaranteed space, fixed price, no freight forwarder required. This is a declaration of war because freight forwarders still control roughly 50% of global cargo volumes. When Maersk started bypassing them, major forwarders began shifting volume towards MSC and Hapag-Lloyd. For 10 years, Maersk and MSC dominated the oceans together in the 2M alliance. In January 2025, it officially ended. MSC chose brute force. MSC now operates more than 800 vessels and controls roughly 19% of global container capacity. MSC is betting more than $60 billion that scale still wins. Maersk chose a different path. They partnered with Hapag-Lloyd to create the Gemini Cooperation, built around a hub and spoke network. The target, 90% schedule reliability. Today, industry average reliability is only 50 to 60%. Half the world's cargo arrives late. Maersk believes companies like Apple, Pfizer, and Walmart will pay a premium for certainty. The real question, in the next era of global trade, will brute force still rule the oceans, or will ecosystems beat empires? This is Indu Tyagi and you're watching Wantstats. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Stay tuned to Wantstats for the news that matters.